Hello, I'm Nicole Gates, managing partner and creative lead for Little Greenhouse Grill, located in historic Overtown, the downtown Miami community that is gaining popularity, prominence, and diversity, which is why I'm here to spit some diversified game.
Hey, it's Kellen, and today on Diversified Game, you guys are in for a real treat because I get to speak to somebody who does something that I think every publicist, consultant wants to do, and that she has her own media agency, but you guys know about her usually if you're eating that good food until you need probably some media help in that Overtown in Miami area and beyond. But
Right.
Queen Nicole Gates, welcome to Diversified
Oh,
Game. How you doing?
thank you, King. I'm so wonderful. And I'm just really honored that you chose to spend some time with me today to talk about what it is that we do and what makes what we do so special. This is wonderful.
Oh yeah, because you got a face for TV, and that's why you do media as well. But you have a
Thank you so
personality
much.
as well. Because one thing to have a face, but some folks y'all got a face that looks really ugly when y'all start talking.
Stop
Because
it.
you're not welcome. Let me just say like this, because I want to talk about
Yes,
even when I went to the restaurant. I try to go to all the Black restaurants that I see on Yelp or
right.
TripAdvisor, and I just happen to
Right.
come through. And I'm waiting for my food audience, so I'm gonna tell you the vibe of this place. It reminds me of E40's restaurant. Um,
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
N- Nicole greeted me while she's on her way out, looking, busy like an owner of a restaurant is. And she asked, "Do you need anything? Have you been helped?" In a very nice way, not like "come on and buy" type way. And I was just waiting. And so, nosy me, I'm gonna say, "Hey, what's going on? You're the owner," because that's owner vibes all day. Or you're a super employee, and maybe we want to hire you or have a project. But let's get into the nitty gritty because it's not like you're from Miami,
Right.
and you have had many of moves to get here.
Absolutely.
But somebody seeing you who might be 14 right now, or they may be
Wow.
44, they might be like, "How did you do it? Who did you link up with? What basketball player?" Because that's where people think. What Illuminati? What goat did you have to ride and knock 3 times at the door?
No goats. No goats, mom. No goats. You know what? I'm gonna tell you when, and I love the name of your show, Diversified Game, because when it comes to business, it really is about the game. It's about knowing how to sit in the boardroom. It's knowing how to navigate the block, and it's also about the company that you keep. And for me, I got very fortunate in meeting Chef Kareem Bryant, who is from Overtown, and he is the one with the culinary expertise. I'm a salesperson. I'm a promotions person. I'm a marketing person. He just gave me a very good product to sell. So he made my job very easy. And I'm honored and flattered that he allowed me to be his partner in this particular endeavor. So the first tip of game that I would give anybody who's looking to get involved in anything is watch the company you keep and choose wisely.
Well,
Yeah.
that's great game. And, if you're flying with the Eagles, you know what they say, Eagles don't fly with pigeons and all that. But for that
Right.
person who says, "Look, I got my business plan down. I've even talked to
Yeah.
SBA score, PTAC.
Yeah.
But, for me, it was the finance. That's a big part of why people let things stop them. Can you talk about how you guys, came up with this wasn't cheap to have a
Yeah.
restaurant
Yeah.
anywhere, but to have it where you have it. Can you talk about the different steps you had to take? Because one step was the food truck, but what did you
Yeah.
even to get there? Like, did you put your money? Did you have investors?
Well, we are self financed. When we opened the restaurant, we were self financed, meaning we actually came up with the money ourselves. And it's, by working, we both had full time jobs, using our savings and kind of getting things started. Well, once we were able to get our foot in the door that way, we then developed the gift of grant writing. So finding free money has played an integral part into us being able to do a lot of what we're doing. So I would tell anyone, get you a grant writer or become a grant writer yourself. There's tons of free money out there available for entrepreneurs, especially women owned businesses. especially Black-owned businesses. There is tons of opportunity out there to obtain free money. But the other thing is keep your back of house in order, keep your books in order, make sure your permits and your licenses are up to date so that you put yourself in a good credit rating position with the Better Business Bureau as well, because that is where your business credit will come in. So when you do have to go after capital funds, meaning loans and funds that you eventually have to pay back, you get yourself a better rate, you get yourself better terms, and you get as much financing as you possibly need. So really it's up to you and how you behave and how you manage your business. That's gonna determine the kind of financing you're gonna do. And I'm gonna tell you, eat what you kill. Do not live above your means. Do not try to, keep up with the Joneses. I say it here all the time. We eat what we kill, meaning what we make is what we operate with. If we don't have it to do it, we'll either be patient, we'll find some other route to get it, or we'll go with a less alternative. I do not believe in going into debt for no reason. So we won't do that.
Okay, but you did talk about, people even being able to take loans and all that. And that's, we have to be very clear because, again, I never knew a time that the government wanted to help you. So when all that PPP money came and folks who didn't even have brick and mortar businesses had their hand out, like, I got 40,000 for what? You are an employee of one. Why do you take that money? And then wonder why you're in trouble having to pay a lawyer now because you didn't understand what you signed up for. With that free money you're talking about, was it the SBA? Was it SCORE? Was it PTAC? Was it the Miami-Dade Chamber, which I'm a proud member of? Where did you find that? You did.
Well, again, I got to give a lot of credit due to what I do professionally, and that is marketing and promotions. And of course, that's putting myself in a position to be able to research and find either national, regional, local money that's available. And our CRA does a wonderful job with helping to give small businesses, and I'm talking about the Overtown Southeast Park West CRA in conjunction with the city of Miami. They have lots of resources out there that are available for small businesses. Again, if you yourself are in the right position to obtain them. So I got to give a big shout out to Commissioner Keon Hardiman, because during COVID, he implemented a program for restaurants and tourism and hospitality that probably saved a lot of our businesses, where we were able to sell our product at a discount rate and the city actually paid us the money for it. It was an amazing program. We ran this for maybe 4 or 5 months. And, Commissioner Hardiman, for him to even think of that, it wasn't like he was just giving out money, but he was actually saying, hey, here's an opportunity for people to come in and actually try your product. Now, what did that mean for the businesses? That means you had to provide quality products. That means you had to provide excellence in customer service. You had to earn for that customer that had a voucher to want to return back to your business. It was excellent. It was brilliant.
Well, that stuff, if you guys ever want to use that clip alone for the documentary, because that sounds like a documentary on how business was saved, because your business being saved means your employees and team members still get to pay their bills and don't have to run out. And that's the part that a lot of, young entrepreneurs, they miss, because you got all this money, you're trying to spend this money, but don't forget the team. The team got to eat too. In doing business, what is the same as far as doing your media business, Overtown Media, and doing the restaurant? Because I know your promotions, but as far as like the tactics, you got a nice handwritten calendar, a big one, y'all. She still got the handwritten calendar.
I'm old school. I got to have my handwritten.
Yeah,
I love
what are the same things?
calendar.
Because tell us, what are the same things that you're doing in one business that you're doing in another?
Well, that's a very good question, but I'm going to kind of simplify. It makes it sound like I'm doing a whole lot, but I'm going to simplify it a little bit. Little Greenhouse Grill is my restaurant. That is the business that we own together with my partner, Chef Kareem Bryant. Overtown Media is my media and integrated marketing business. Now, Little Greenhouse Grill is my biggest client for my marketing agency. And through that, I'm able to help out other customers that come through the door. Maybe they want catering from Little Greenhouse Grill. Well, if they're getting catering for an event, maybe they want a little bit of promotion for whatever event they need the food for. So I kind of tie that into my marketing business as well without having to work so hard. Because my number one job is being a mother to my 9-year-old son, Carter. And I've got to have time for him.
Got you. And it sounds like, she just stopped a lot of y'all who were going to call because you saw her smile and said, oh, or try to rekindle something maybe and say, hey, I got a project.
Look at this, but
are you
real quick,
even
look at this. Come back. Hold on, come back. This is one of our kitchen cooks. But look at these beautiful fresh collard greens that's going by my restaurant, that's going in to
lovely?
be chopped, clean, and farm to table. We not playing with this thing.
I love it. And let me say this, and there's no cap on this. Here in Palm Beach, I've told the person who I think is the best cook chef out here, I'll give people their props. But in all of Florida, I have not had better greens. Like when you just see me stop by, I'm gonna be bothering you because your greens, there's something special, and you can tell that love is put into them. Real love is put into
Thank
them.
you so much.
So
we do them by hand, just the way I learned, like as a little girl, sitting at my grandmother's kitchen table, how to peel them, how to shred them from the stem, how to roll and cut them, put them in the sink, double wash, and then cook them. And then the chef takes it from there. His seasonings, his spices, his natural herbs, the flavoring, the way he cooks it, that expertise is all him. But I love the fact that we are farm to table with our collard greens. But real quick, you mentioned West Palm Beach. I got to give a big shout out to my homegirl, Trinette Morris, who is one of the best caterers in West Palm Beach. So if she's watching, Trinette, I love you. And every time I come to town, I'm looking for you, girl. Wherever you're doing a pop up, she's got some good food, y'all.
I have not had her food, so you're gonna have to connect us so she can be a guest as well. And that's what it's about. And I heard Steve Harvey say this recently on Shannon Sharp show. Shannon was like, you hook people up, because Steve hooked Ricky Smiley, DL Hughley up for radio. Earthquake, and those are supposed to be his competition. But in this life, even in the media business, I never saw any competition because I'm doing what I'm gonna do and I'm doing it great. And that's just great that you're doing the same, where you can give someone else their props and don't feel like, oh, if I mention them, they're gonna take my business. We got a lot of toxic people out there.
Well, I want to give credit to the culture, because I do believe that we have gotten better at that, with giving each other love, giving each other props, and building each other up, because we understand now that there's strength in numbers. So no, we don't have a problem giving someone else their credit, because when I'm not in here, I got to eat somewhere. I don't always want to eat my food. I don't always want collard greens. I don't want sushi. I'm a human being. So, but when I do want collard greens, I have to admit, we do have the
best. Definitely. And the strength in numbers, I would think it's something we just grew up like that. Just, I guess it's old school. But when you needed, help, even if it was in a fight, you go get your 100 cousins, and then nobody want to fight anymore. And it showed you we're stronger together. With unity, we all win. What do you think it's going to take with this next generation coming up? I'm 41, just had my first colonoscopy, and y'all, if you want to see it, you got to be like an exclusive member to see what a clean.
You're how old?
41.
You're how old? Oh, you're a baby.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Black don't crack, so hopefully it'll be like this. But what do you think with the new generation coming up? Because like even the kids in the 90s, someone was telling me today, they're like, it's a new generation. We have it figured out, so we think, and we're willing to go homeless and not do what you guys are saying.
Right.
What can we do to change that besides, flashing our own money and our own trips on social media saying, I'm here? Do you see any trends of us, being able to help those who think they have it made, but are still living on their mama's house or got 5 roommates?
Well, times are harder. Let's be real. When I moved into my first place many years ago, and I'm not even going to be ashamed to admit it, in February, I'll be 50. I'll be 50 in February. And so many years ago, 30 years ago, when I moved into my own apartment, my rent was only $395. That was a one bedroom, one bath. It was huge. It had a balcony. It was beautiful. $395 a month. Today, they're paying $2,500, $3,000 for one bedroom apartments here in Miami. I can't see them having the same financial opportunities to expand as quickly as I did when I was in my 20s. So today, because of the economy, they may have to stay at home a little bit longer, and we got to forgive them for that. But now, while they're at home, parents maybe should make them pay some bills, maybe have some responsibilities, maybe do some things to, earn the right to be there. So, but that again, that's about their household. You never know what goes on behind closed doors. That's their household. But, as far as me and mine, if you are 18 and up, and if you're going to be living in my house, you are going to contribute in some way, shape, or form. But I do understand that financially, it's a lot harder today than it was 20 years ago. Let's have some grace and mercy for these young people.
And Nicole is nice. So she gave you the nice mama bear thing. Daddy gonna tell you, because even my 9-year-old and my 13-year-old contribute, whether it's them writing their books, them cleaning that kitchen, because daddy don't cook in no dirty kitchen, and neither do you. Times are, more expensive, and people say, well, what about inflation? And people are getting paid more, but also there's easier ways to get paid, even working from home. So I read this book, Extreme Ownership, by 2 Navy SEALs. I recommend it to my audience. I recommend it to you and everybody, because at some point in life, you have to take extreme ownership. If you can't afford Miami, you need to go to Fargo, North Dakota. A lot of Black people out there, a lot of Black folks. And a 3-bedroom, last time I went, was $800 across the street from the hospital.
In Fargo, North Dakota? But what else is that?
On the border of Minnesota,
Okay, I got you.
You're 10 minutes away. So you guys, if you're, especially for men, because like I tell my daughters, y'all ain't never got to leave until I find you somebody, right? But for you men, especially, who want to tell you, the women you're high value while living at your daddy's house with his his stepmama, y'all, I'm talking to you, y'all have to do something different, because you're not high value, whatever that means.
Oh my goodness. Did we switch podcasts?
Yeah. We go. You are accomplished, so I wanted you, as an accomplished woman, to be able to talk to people, and you had grace, and that is great. And I wanted your opinion on that, but I also want your opinion on the way restaurants are changing, because now we're seeing, even like on DoorDash and different apps, that you might be cooking, Shannon Sharp or Steve Harvey's greens in the future, but it says, something else on DoorDash, and you're cooking it. Where do you see the future of restaurants? I don't know if you've seen that. Mr. Beast, big YouTuber, he has Ruby Tuesday cooking his terrible burgers. I wanted to like the burger. It was a terrible burger. And I'm like, oh, it's a Ruby Tuesday burger. I wouldn't go there if I was starving. I was just fast.
It's interesting that you say that, because it really depends on where you're scaling your restaurant business to grow to. For us, we like the model that we have. As you can see from the dining room, it's 8 tables. So we like the small model. One, it keeps the waste down. We're not wasting a lot of food. We're able to cook and serve quickly. The customer service is more one-on-one when you have a smaller outlet. Not only that, I think my servers make, a little bit more money because they're able to control the dining room on their own. I don't have to hire 5, 10 servers to manage my dining room. So they're making the money. So we like the smaller type of format that we're doing. And even when we open up another restaurant or scale up, we'll continue to go with this type of format as well. But, It's interesting. I want to go back to something you said about having grace. And so I'm a single mother of a 9-year-old. I'm very single, by the way.
In Africa, she's gonna come to Africa. Don't worry. We just need a week, and she will not be. So yeah, go ahead.
But I want to say this: it is much more difficult to date and to communicate, even sometimes in this day and age, as a woman, it's so funny. I say all the time, you have to talk to me very different. I have an excellent credit score. I own two businesses. I'm a single mom. You can't talk to me the way that you talk to any average person or woman. My conversation is very different. And so I will say that I believe social media has kind of crippled the way that we're able to communicate with one another because everything is in short form. Everything, even communication verbally, sometimes sounds like a text message. And I don't think we're talking to each other and getting to know each other in the organic forms that made our other generations so great at love. So I do believe things have changed, and I do believe social media has played a huge part in that. So that's what I wanted to say about
that. And the social media has played a big part in all of it, and AI is going to turn it all around.
Yeah.
And I love technology, but do you think that it's helping us or is it hurting us, for the masses? Because I think you and I are personable people, and I even talk to the homeless when I be, hey, what's up? And if you say something back, we'll have a conversation because I don't care what you do. I just want to know who you are. But people say, well, that's you, Kellen, and you special. I say, I guess, special needs or special. Which special. One? Yeah. I'm just me.
You're extraordinary, Kellen. Yes.
Thank you. But it takes one to know one. So what do you think with the social media and all that? Like, what are you seeing, whether it's dating or business? Dating is a lot like business. If you think about it, you got to have a conversation. You got to have some game. Absolutely. You got to have a little foreplay or preparation before, the final act. But where do you see, are we getting better? Or are we getting worse in like telling people who we truly, really are?
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. Did you hear? I said, are we getting better or are we getting worse in showing people and communicating on who we really are? Because I could take a personality test and show you this is me, for the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I think we're getting better because I think as far as social media is concerned, I think we've kind of hit that rock bottom where the superficiality has we've outgrown the superficiality and the wow factor of it. And we're starting to use social media in more organic forms. We're starting to be our true selves. We're starting to use it in ways to really connect with people that we don't see on a daily basis, instead of using it as a platform to display our alter ego. Because again, you can only hold a pose for so long before you have to become your true self. So I believe the superficiality of how we use social media, I think we've hit rock bottom. And I'm starting to see more organic usage of it. Even in my own personal life, I'm using more organically and I'm connecting in more organic ways, which means I'm getting more benefit out of social media. And I'm enjoying it much more today than I did even a year ago.
And okay, I love to hear it. And your reach, being in Miami and just all the people who can come through the restaurant. I mean, you guys, she's even been able to give someone, I talk about him, and y'all think I don't like the man. I like him, but I say I don't want to be Don King. I want to be Al Heyman. But she's been able to give Don King a kiss on the cheek one time, and it was nothing. Just for him to kiss y'all on the cheek. But
that was wonderful.
Yes. And I get up all in your business when I do this. But with all that, being able to reach out to prominent people and them enjoy your food and your product, what is a community give back that you are doing or that you would like to do in the future?
The community, creating jobs, expanding, and remaining here in the Overtown community is very important. Overtown plays a huge part in our branding. And so that, of course, is key to what we do. So it's important that even as we scale up, we remain in this community and do what we set out to do initially, which was create jobs and create opportunities for people to travel into the community to see how it's changed and how it's progressed in such a positive way. And the community has embraced us with open arms. Again, the chef grew up here, so this is home for him. And for me, the love that I feel and the protection that I feel of being in this community is unprecedented. I wouldn't change a thing. I love it so much.
And I love that you love it because you can tell that you love what you do. Can you talk
Thank you.
about and tell the people how important or what impact did college have on you on creating this business? And I say that because I'm a, I tell people not, you don't have to go to college to do what we're doing, not even to do marketing and all
Right.
that now, right? But the things that you learn and the experiences that you go through in life will prepare you later down the road. So for you
Yeah.
now looking back, how important was it and impactful?
Well, college is so very important because, higher learning, as you expand your brain, expand your mind, you expand your opportunities and you expand that chance to have more doors open for you in numerous ways. So I believe for me, college was very important because it created in me a discipline to want to learn more. Even in my business now, if there's something or a skill that I haven't acquired, I have the discipline to learn that because I can't run a business without knowing how certain things operate and move. So even, and I'll go back to social media. I don't know how to use Instagram all that great. So my staff daily, they teach me how to utilize all the bells and whistles of Instagram. So learning and the having the dedication to learn something, I believe is a habit and a skill that's acquired in college. That's what I'm a firm believer of.
Gotcha. And if you could teach the young entrepreneur that might be 14 right now, because right now they're starting at 8, some of them, you know, what's a lesson that you wish every entrepreneur, needed that maybe you see people skipping over a step or two because life is so fast right now?
Customer service. You've got to know how to connect with people of different backgrounds, of different ethnicities, even people who may not speak the same language as you. You've got to develop some type of grace and finesse with that customer because they still spend money and you want them to spend money with you. So what I see and what I say is it's important to develop customer service. Those needs are supreme. And I think if there is something that's severely lacking in all areas of business, it's that the customer service can greatly be improved in all facets.
Got you. And will you continue in the restaurant game, or what is the next move you're thinking about for the empire? That I don't want to say which country or which island it could be, but I want you. You're always mixing and moving. What's the next thing that you're thinking about conquering?
I'm going to stay in hospitality and restauranting. I love it. I love food. I love people. I love feeding. I love serving. I love creating brands. I love the way people use food with each other. I love the way that food brings people together. So I am in love with the restaurant business, and I have a passion for it. And this is it for me. And my skills in promotions, media, and marketing are going to help me in every single endeavor that I choose to open.
Any plans on having a book, documentary, or so popular now TV show on your restaurant?
Yes, I'll leave it at that.
Okay, that means it's in the works, y'all, because when you're in TV, you can't talk about it, and TV moves slow. Man, TV moves slow. Well, I
NDAs are very real.
gotcha. And I tell y'all, don't send me them unless you got a check attached to it, because I won't sign it. I got to talk. I got to say what I got to say when I got to say it.
I hear you.
I will have links in the description box, you guys, when you visit Miami, because everybody comes to Miami. You check this place out. It is Kellen approved with my thumbs up that you see when I put up food on these different social media, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah. Thank you.
Tell the people again where you're located, any last words of wisdom for the people, and I thank you for coming on.
Oh, Kellen, we're located in historic Overtown, located in downtown Miami, one of the greatest cities in the world. And we are Lil Greenhouse Grill. You can find us on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter at Lil, Lil Greenhouse Grill. And then you can also find me on Instagram and Facebook at Nicole Gates, Gates. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you. And thank you, Kellen, for having me on today.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you guys for listening, or those of you who are watching, the minority are watching, but them numbers are kicking up. So keep sharing the game. It will change somebody's life, y'all. Be blessed.
This is Black Excellence. This is Black Excellence. Shining on everything. Shining on everything. Styling on everything. Styling on everything. This is Black Excellence. This is Black Excellence. Shining on everything. Shining on everything. Diamonds on everything. Diamonds on everything.
Are you tired of the violence, tired of the injustice, police brutality, rampant discrimination, lack of gun control in this failed bias socioeconomic experiment called America? Or maybe you need a break from the relentless grind and want to regain control of your destiny, your wealth, your health, and your purpose. DiversifiedGame.com has the right course for you. Prepare for my first trip to Africa. Looking to reconnect with your roots, start a new business, or just a fresh start. Africa, aka the motherland, is waiting. Don't let the Chinese and the Mzungus have the fun and also take over the motherland. From Cairo to Mombasa, from Dakar to Cape Town, Africa has something for everyone, from business opportunities to the most amazing people, safety, leisure, and landscapes. The opportunities abound. It is time for the diaspora to reconnect with their roots. Time to reconnect with the birthplace of humanity. Africa is the last frontier. Get your head in the game and reclaim your legacy. The writing is on the wall. Babylon is falling. Give up the stress, grind, and violence inflicted on our people on this continent and prepare for a journey of restoration and joy by connecting with the land of your ancestors. Check out our new course and kick off your adventure at diversifiedgame.com.